Tell me about the training though. Those Instagram videos of you flipping, doing everything.
I've always been a gym.
In the world of blockbuster filmmaking, superheroes may appear invincible on screen, but behind the camera, even the stars who bring them to life face very real dangers. On September 19, 2025, fans around the globe held their breath when news broke that Tom Holland, the beloved face of Spider-Man, had suffered a concussion while filming his latest outing, Spider-Man: Brand New Day. The accident occurred during a demanding stunt sequence at Leavesden Studios in the UK, a stark reminder of the risks actors embrace when they commit to authenticity in their roles. Holland was quickly rushed to the hospital, treated, and medically cleared, yet the production ground to a halt as safety protocols took priority. For a moment, speculation grew. Would this injury derail filming? Would the highly anticipated release, set for July 2026, face delays? Thankfully, early reports confirmed that the injury was mild and, with a few days of rest, Holland is expected to return to set soon. His father, Tom Holland, reassured supporters that Tom would be stepping back briefly, but the show, much like its hero, will go on. This incident not only underscores the physical demands of being Spider-Man, but also highlights the human side of a star adored by millions, dedicated, vulnerable, and determined to rise again. The incident itself unfolded during what was meant to be just another day on set. Spider-Man: Brand New Day had entered a crucial phase of production, with Tom Holland once again at the center of complex, physically demanding stunts. Known for performing many of his own action sequences, Holland had earned a reputation for pushing himself to deliver realism, an effort that fans and directors alike have praised throughout his Marvel journey. But on this particular day, the line between cinematic illusion and physical risk blurred. During the filming of a stunt sequence at Leavesden Studios in Watford, the 29-year-old actor reportedly lost his footing in a fall, striking his head in the process. Crew members rushed to his aid, halting the shoot immediately as on-site medics assessed the situation. Though conscious and responsive, Holland was transported to a nearby hospital as a precaution, where doctors later confirmed he had sustained a mild concussion. The sudden news sent ripples through the production. Shooting was suspended while the team prioritized Holland's health and safety. Marvel and Sony executives convened to adjust schedules, ensuring that the young star would not be pressured to return before he was ready. Outside the studio gates, word of the accident spread quickly, igniting concern among fans who feared the worst for both the actor and the film's future. In reality, though, the outcome was far less dire than initial headlines suggested. Holland was released shortly after treatment and given orders to rest. His father, Tom Holland, reassured fans at a public charity event that Tom would be off-set for a while, but that he was already recovering well. Production insiders emphasized that this was a pause, not a derailment. Within days, confidence grew that Holland would soon return, ready to don the Spider-Man suit once again. The immediate consequence of Holland's accident was the suspension of filming. For a project as ambitious as Spider-Man: Brand New Day, every day on set is carefully planned, with stunts, location work, and actor availability locked into a tight schedule. A pause, even for a few days, has ripple effects. Costs escalate, timelines shift, and creative adjustments must be made on the fly. Yet for Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures, there was never a question of priorities. The well-being of their leading man came first. Production was swiftly put on hold, with the crew instructed to stand down until doctors gave Holland the all-clear. While the halt sparked initial worries of significant delays, insiders quickly clarified that the interruption was precautionary rather than catastrophic. Reports confirmed that the injury was mild, and the expectation is that Holland will resume filming after a brief period of rest. Still, even this short break carries weight. Key stunt sequences involving Holland have been postponed, while secondary scenes not requiring his presence are being considered for rescheduling to keep the crew engaged. Studio executives from both Marvel and Sony remain in constant talks, adjusting the shooting calendar to ensure that the July 2026 release date stays on track. For Holland himself, the situation is a rare but necessary reminder of the physical toll that comes with embodying Spider-Man. Fans have grown accustomed to his daredevil approach to action, often praising his authenticity and commitment. But the concussion has forced a temporary slowdown. His father's remarks, that Tom would be off set for a while, helped to temper expectations, signaling that while the actor is recovering well, the production will not rush his return. In many ways, this careful approach underscores the value of the franchise's most important asset, its star. In the broader context, the incident has momentarily shifted the conversation around Spider-Man: Brand New Day. What was once purely anticipation for the next chapter in Peter Parker's saga has now been coupled with concern for the actor behind the mask. For the time being, the world waits, not for a new trailer or plot leak, but for confirmation that Tom Holland is back on his feet, ready to carry the weight of both the character and the massive production once more. With production temporarily paused, the question on everyone's mind quickly shifted from what happened to when will Tom Holland return? Early reports from those close to the set offered reassurance. Holland's concussion, while serious enough to warrant hospital treatment, was classified as mild. Doctors recommended rest, monitoring, and a gradual return to physical activity, a standard recovery process for head injuries of this nature. Within days, optimism grew that Holland would be back in front of the cameras sooner rather than later. Studio insiders suggested that his absence would last no more than a handful of days, perhaps stretching into a week depending on how he responded to recovery. Marvel and Sony, determined not to compromise his health, are working around the clock to adjust filming schedules. Scenes not requiring Holland are being prioritized, while the more demanding stunt sequences are being pushed back until he is fully cleared. Behind the scenes, the message is clear: the production will bend, but it will not break. For fans, Holland's expected return is a source of relief. The actor himself has not yet issued a formal statement, but his father's comments, made during a charity event shortly after the incident, have gone a long way to ease concerns. Dominic Holland confirmed that Tom would be stepping away for a while, but emphasized that his son was already recovering well. In the high-pressure world of blockbuster filmmaking, such transparency provides comfort, reminding audiences that Holland is not just a global icon, but a son, a friend, and a professional who values both his health and his craft. Looking forward, all signs point to a swift resumption of filming. Spider-Man: Brand New Day remains on track for its July 2026 release, with no official word of long-term delays. If anything, the accident has injected a renewed sense of caution and care into the production, ensuring that safety takes precedence even as the team races toward the finish line. When Tom Holland does step back on his set, it will be with the weight of expectation, but also with the reassurance that his resilience, much like Spider-Man's, lies in his ability to rise after every fall. To fully understand the weight of this incident, one must look beyond the immediate injury and into the broader significance of Spider-Man: Brand New Day. This film is not just another entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It represents a pivotal chapter for both the franchise and its leading man. Scheduled for release on July 31st, 2026, the movie is set to expand Peter Parker's story in new and unexpected ways, following the emotional crescendo of No Way Home. For Tom Holland, now 29, it is his fourth solo outing as Spider-Man, a role that has defined his career and cemented his place in the pantheon of modern cinema icons. Marvel and Sony have built enormous expectations around this project. The title itself, Brand New Day, hints at a fresh beginning, an arc that may redefine Spider-Man's journey and set the stage for the MCU's future. Fans worldwide are hungry for details, dissecting every rumor, casting announcement, and production leak, all while counting down to the film's release. In this context, Holland's injury feels bigger than a temporary setback. It's a reminder of how intertwined the actor has become with the character. To millions, Tom Holland is not just playing Spider-Man. He is Spider-Man. The incident also shines a spotlight on the sheer scale of modern blockbuster filmmaking. With budgets stretching into the hundreds of millions, every element of production, from stunt choreography to set design, is meticulously crafted, and the health of a single actor can impact the trajectory of the entire project. Yet this moment of vulnerability has humanized the spectacle. It reminds audiences that behind the masks, wires, and special effects are real people taking real risks to bring these stories to life. For Marvel and Sony, Holland's swift recovery and expected return offer more than relief. They reaffirm the resilience of a franchise that has consistently overcome challenges, from creative disputes to shifting studio deals. And for fans, the accident, while unsettling, has deepened their connection to the actor, Concern has transformed into admiration for his dedication, and anticipation for Brand New Day has only grown stronger. When the film finally arrives in theaters, it will carry not just the weight of a new story, but the memory of the moment its star proved, once again, that heroes are defined not by their falls, but by how they rise. In the end, Tom Holland's recent setback on the set of Spider-Man, Brand New Day, is more than just a headline. It's a reminder of the balance between spectacle and sacrifice in blockbuster cinema. Behind every dazzling stunt and breathtaking scene lies an actor willing to give everything for authenticity, sometimes at the cost of his own safety. Holland's concussion may have paused production, but it hasn't broken momentum. If anything, it has deepened the connection between fans and the star they've watched grow from a young hero in training into the face of an entire generation's Spider-Man. As production slowly resumes and Holland prepares to step back into the iconic red and blue suit, anticipation only grows. The world isn't just waiting for another Marvel release. It's waiting for proof of resilience, for the triumphant return of an actor who has come to embody the very spirit of Spider-Man. Because much like Peter Parker himself, Tom Holland's story is one of courage, recovery, and rising after every fall. And when Spider-Man, Brand New Day finally swings into theaters in July 2026, audiences won't just see a film. They'll see the comeback of a hero who proved, once again, that even the strongest heroes are human first. So what do you think? Will this accident change the way Holland approaches his future stunts? Or is this just another chapter in his legacy of fearless performances? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the stories shaping Hollywood's biggest stars.